Hello everyone, it is National Donut Day in the United States of America, and you guys know that donuts are my favorite thing, so I had to do something to celebrate it. I decided you guys seemed to like the last tier list I did, so I'm gonna do a donut tier list. I basically just went ahead and grabbed 20 different kinds of donuts that I felt like were kind of like the donuts. So here's the donut tier list. There is an S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. So just the thing with how I'm going about this, if anything is from S tier to D tier, that means I love it, and if it's from F tier, then that means I don't really like it very much. But I'm more ranking them against each other than just as foods. So let's go ahead and start this off. First we have apple fritters. We're immediately getting our first F tier. I'm just not really into fruit stuff like that. You know, I'm also not a very big fan of like apple pie, which I do know my fellow USians are going to be absolutely angry with me about that, but I'm not a very big fan of apple pie. I don't know what else to say. And apple fritters just fall into that same boat. I don't know, just mainly cooked apples, I guess. Then we've got Bavarian cream filled donuts. Now, this picture has it with like sugar over it, which isn't exactly how I'd eat it normally, but I would call Bavarian cream an A tier donut. Donuts are just so good, and Bavarian cream is one of the better ones in my opinion. Chocolate donut, D tier. I'm realizing I really don't like chocolate as much as I thought I did. I still really like this donut, just compared to all the other ones, it's just not as good. Okay, then we got chocolate frosting with rainbow sprinkles. I could not put that anywhere other than the S tier. It's so iconic. This is the donut. This is the donut that my mascot is. This is the base donut, and that one is S tier. Cinnamon Twist. I love Cinnamon Twist. I'm gonna go A tier. That one's so good too. Cookie Monster donut. And I like this one so much, I had to put it on here. So we're gonna go B tier. It doesn't taste as good as most of the other ones, but the design alone puts it at B tier. I love this one. Cookies and Cream is S tier. It's so good. It's so good. I love Oreos. Okay, this is gonna be spoilers if I ever do a cookie tier list, which, come to think of it, cereal, donuts, and then I'm thinking about cookie tier list. I had considered doing fast food tier lists. I'm only doing junk food. I'll have to do a different kind of tier list, I guess. But anyway, though, Oreos are like the best cookies. I love them. And so, obviously, on a donut, that's going to be S tier. Next, we have the Cronut. Cronuts are really interesting. They can taste really good depending on what's on them. But, you know, it's definitely more like a croissant than a donut, but it's still really good. I would put Cronut as more C tier. It is kind of just a base as well. Like, it's the kind of thing you'd put more stuff onto. But just a Cronut, I would say, is probably more C tier. It depends on what you do with it, basically. Then we have the Cruller. I'm probably saying it wrong, honestly. I haven't had this one that much. But I would say it's pretty good. I would say B tier would make sense with me. The Donut Hole. That is going to be B tier as well. You know, you just want like a quick little... Right here. You just want a quick little donut. Just a nice one little donut. You can have so many different kinds of donuts this way, and they're always so good. Quick break from the donut tier list. I am going to plug something. And I know everybody's going to enjoy it, and everybody's going to love it, because everyone loves plugs. And nobody is going to skip through this part of the video, right? Right? I have a Discord server, if you didn't know. You should join it. It's so much fun over there, genuinely. I love that community. Currently, we're going through a carb war, where we are fighting over which carb is the best carb. I am obviously on Team Donut, but we've got teams like Team Pasta, Team Bread, Team Biscuit, Team Bagel, Team Fruity Pebbles. And you can come in, tell us what your favorite carb is, and fight for why it's the best. I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. And I would suggest joining. Shameless plug over. And see, now it's fine that I just did a shameless plug, because I mentioned that the plug is shameless, thus making it a joke, thus making it okay. Anyway, back to the tier list. Now we have the glazed donut. Glazed donut is definitely C tier. You know, it works together really well, but it's, again, comparisons. If this was on just a regular food tier list, it'd probably be A tier, but compared to other donuts, it's gonna go C tier. That's just kind of how it goes, I guess. Jelly-filled donuts, gonna be F tier, along with apple fritters. Again, they're not terrible, just like apple fritters, but I don't like them that much in general, and compared to other kinds of donuts, they're just definitely there. Long Johns. You know, Long John is a very base term. You can have filled Long Johns, you can have, like, Long Johns it's such a base term, but I would say normally I really like the shape of Long Johns to eat. It's just, like, really easy to eat, and for that, I would put it A tier. I would put it here in the A tier, especially because I like to have my varying cream donuts as a Long John, because it's easier to eat filled donuts as a Long Johns. The Maple Bar. Maple Bar is very good, but I would say comparing to the others, it's more B tier, but it is a very good donut. I just don't have anything negative to say about any of these. They're just so good. You got peanut butter. Peanut butter is S tier. I love peanut butter. And as a donut, are you kidding me? It's so amazing. It's so good. The peanut-topped donut. The peanut-topped donut. I'm gonna say D tier. Yes, I like it a lot, but other than the two I put in F tier, it just doesn't compare. Like, out of the ones I actually really like, it doesn't compare very well against the other ones. Then we have the plain cake donut. Now, you'd think, you know, why would this be anywhere high up at all? But I'm going to put it in the A tier, because sometimes you just want a donut, but you don't want anything too sugary, and this is just the way to go. You just have a plain donut, and it still tastes really good. You don't need anything on it. Of course, this is specifically a cake donut. I wouldn't personally eat a yeast donut with nothing on it, but cake donuts, you can definitely do that with. The powdered sugar donut is evil, okay? It is literally plotting against you. It just wants you to be covered completely head to toe in this powdered sugar that it has on top of it. It is scheming. The powdered sugar donut is not your friend. I just want that to be clear. Everybody knows the powdered sugar donut is evil. With that being said, S tier. The sour cream donut. It sounds so disgusting, and yet it's so good. Here, yeah, A tier. It's so delicious. And then we have the regular old sugared donuts, which is going to go into the B tier. It's really good, just not like quite as fantastic as some of the other ones. So there you go. That is all the donuts ranked. Here, let me just get into a little bit more why I don't like the fruit-flavored stuff as much. Like, it was like this in my cereal tier list as well, and I guarantee you whenever I do any more food-related stuff, the fruit-flavored things will end up lower down on the list. I like fruit, okay? I do like fruit. I like strawberries, I like apples, I like bananas, but I just don't like fruit-flavored stuff that much. Or at least not in comparison to everything else. I don't know, I would rather just eat an apple than eat an apple-flavored thing. It just tastes better that way, in my opinion. I don't know, I guess fruit flavor just tastes so artificial to me. That's probably my biggest problem with it. It just tastes so fake a lot of the time. Of course, apple fritters aren't necessarily fruit flavored. That does just have, like, cooked apples in it, but again, I don't know, it's just weird with the crunch. I don't like the texture. That's what the problem with cooked apples isn't the taste, it's the texture. I don't like that weird, kind of soggy, kind of crunchy texture. It just doesn't work for me. It's kind of gross, so that's why I don't like apple fritters. But even then, even though I'm not a big fan of those two kinds of donuts, they're still way better than most other foods that exist. I don't know, donuts are just so versatile. They're so good. I love canvas foods, and out of all desserts, donuts are just, it's the canvas food of desserts, and it makes sense why I love it the most. I feel the same way about things like pasta, rice, potatoes, mostly carbs. Canvas foods are a lot of the time carbs, but same thing with like chicken. Chicken's the best meat because it's such, you can just do anything with it. It's so versatile. So yeah, that's why I like donuts so much. Would you consider liking and subscribing? Because saying that actually apparently does something. Apparently. Everybody keeps saying it does something. Like, it genuinely, apparently asking people to subscribe actually leads to them subscribing. And I find that so strange. So here, I'm shooting my shot. Do you want to subscribe? Yeah, you should subscribe. That's gonna be all. Have a great National Donut Day. Seriously, eat a donut today. I mean it.
If you don't subscribe to Jumping Jay of Doom, the Fire Nation will take over the world. Watch out.